Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast. Recorded at the Ontario House. The Stone Jug.
Thoughts. We're back. How you doing?
Had a rough Bills game the other day.
A rough Bills game? Oh, they lost, didn't they?
Yeah, first loss of the season.
Isn't it like the second game?
Fourth.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah, they're 3-1.
All right, but Brady, they were playing the Patriots, right?
Yeah, it was the second worst game Brady's had in his career.
That's nice. That's a nice factoid. That's a fun thing about sports.
Yeah, I know.
You can always find a good factoid.
You can always find one.
You know, he might have won, 26-0, but he was actually 5 pounds heavier.
Yeah, exactly. So it was. Our defense is incredible. You know, they just shut them down, and we had our special teams and our offense had an awful day. We had a punt blocked for a touchdown. And we only lost by 6 points.
Saw the clip of that.
So, you take that away and we win by a point.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, I think that it was a good showing, overall.
Yeah, you were there, right?
I was there, yeah. So, I had a ton of friends in the parking lot, met up with a lot of people, probably 30 people. It was, which was really cool, having everybody out there.
Yeah, the fucking Bills Mafia. You see any crazy shit go down? You see anybody busting through tables or anything?
No, I didn't see any of that actually. They've been trying to cut down on that.
Getting a bad reputation.
Yeah, but we're the Bills Mafia. What do you expect?
Lean into it.
Right.
I want to be heading.
So, we did up the food real good. We did. I cooked a whole ham.
Nice.
The night before and sliced it all up, and we did like ham and cheese, grilled sandwiches, which were fucking awesome. We did buffalo chicken sandwiches. We always eat very, very well,
dude. That's the biggest part of it for me. Like I watch like half the game. It's all about the food and the party and the hang,
right?
And just having a good time and everybody being able to drink at 10 o'clock in the morning and not feel bad about it.
Exactly. Yeah, we started drinking like right away.
Is there a church anywhere around there where there's like people going to church, but then like they're sharing a parking lot with like motherfuckers losing their minds?
You know what there is? There's a couple motels right there, and they're just packed full of Bills fans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do these people sleep here overnight, or do they just invade their entire parking lot?
Some poor businessman is like on a trip selling vacuum cleaners or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, dude, Tuesdays at the church across the street from my house, Tuesdays is their like AA meetings, which are packed out.
Really?
Like, seriously, like the parking lot is overflowing. Like,
wow.
You're just like, is fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire back in town? Why are there so many people out here? And like you've looked in the paper, like Tuesday night is their thing, but then also Tuesday night are our park shows.
Yeah.
So the streets are full of just hammered ass drunk people walking around with booze and like woohoo, like partying their ass off, and then other people like trying to get to the 12th step.
Yeah, they're going stay strong.
Yeah,
stay strong.
That's the test. That's a true test.
That really is.
Is you're all out. They're all outside hanging out because they all hang out outside and smoke cigarettes out back of the church.
Right.
And then there's all in the same parking lot. There's all these people hanging out to go part. They're like, oh, we're gonna go, watch Frampton.
Yeah.
And party our asses off. What are you going to do? Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to go in there and listen to a speech about how guys can't see his kids anymore or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
drink 6 cups of coffee and smoke a half pack of cigarettes in an hour.
That's a true test, man.
It sure is.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
But, so the game was fun. I mean, even though they lost, you still have a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. I left a little bit early.
No dildos this time, huh?
I didn't see any, which is odd.
It's got to be a bin of I want to know security who works there. There has to be a bin of confiscated dildos.
There has to be.
Like at the airport, they probably have a bin of colognes or all sorts of shit liquids you can't bring on a plane.
Right.
There has to be just a bin of confiscated dildos.
There does. You know, and I just think about, like, you know, like people bringing them in. They obviously have to put them down their pants.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, that's all me.
Yeah.
12 inches of fury.
Yeah. I think it's hard.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a big game. So it's fucking funny. It's really funny.
Yeah. And I think I just named the episode Bin of Confiscated Dildos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's good. Who are they playing next week?
We got Tennessee on the schedule this coming week, and then we got our bye week. So no game in 2 weeks. Tennessee's decent, you know, but we should beat them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that'd be great being 4-1 going into the bye week. That'd be incredible.
Yeah. It's exciting.
It's really exciting, you know. I mean, it's early in the season, but I'm really like, you know,
Off to a good start.
I'm really thinking playoffs this year. I really am.
Or is this going to be like, you know how the first week of school in the 8th grade, all your books are organized, all your notebooks are organized, and you're like, this year I'm going to do it right.
Yep.
And by the first month, it's just chaos.
Yeah.
And it's just stacks of paper that you don't even know. There's just shreds of paper everywhere.
Well, hopefully
they keep it together, yeah. We need this. God damn it.
And they had a brutal hit on Allen, and the guy should get suspended, but I don't even know. I haven't seen anything that's happened with that yet. But
An illegal hit?
it definitely was not legal. They didn't call it, though, so it's tough to say. You know, sometimes they just miss it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you miss that, though. I mean, they certainly wouldn't have missed it if it was Brady that took the hit.
Well, yeah. And they also have 47 cameras on the field.
I know. So we'll see what happens with that. And
dude, that's crazy. Like when you're at the game and you hear, even if you're like up in the rafters, like you hear two helmets hit each other.
Oh yeah,
it sounds like a fucking car crash.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So these guys are just so fucking big and so fucking fast now.
Yeah.
Then I mean, they got these new helmets now, you know, that are supposed to, you know, hopefully it's supposed to cut way down on concussions, which would really be good because you know you got these former players that are like killing themselves now because
and then they all get real nutty later in life.
That's why they're killing themselves.
Onset dementia at 38.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's sad.
OJ, man, there's like people have theories about OJ that he had like severe CTE and that's why he fucking went nuts and probably, maybe, most definitely killed those two people.
Yeah.
Or we discussed there was a theory that his kid did it.
Right.
That his son did it, and he was covering up for the son.
Right.
I don't know. There's some interesting things there. Yeah.
You know, you never really know. But then, you know, he goes and he freaking robs those guys.
Yeah.
At gunpoint.
You don't fuck with the juice. Yeah. You can take the juice out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the juice. He can go golfing in Brentwood all he wants. You take his shit, you're getting got.
Yep. Yeah. I've heard stories too about like when he golfs, you know, all of a sudden his ball is magically like right there.
Yeah, yeah. So, dude, that 30 for 30 is amazing. Like they really go into the psychology of the guy, and you're like, this motherfucker was nuts.
Yeah.
Like he went nuts, and he put on like whiteness as like a costume to be accepted into like these upper echelons of society, but then also like it was killing him inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your ball just happened to be right there. You saying it wasn't?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, OJ. No, yeah, it was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, the juice. But, yeah, a lot of people say maybe his little CTE took too many hits to the head there.
Probably, you know, more than likely. I mean, and he was a beast, you know, like he welcomed contact.
Yeah.
He's a big freaking guy and just an incredible football player. But, yeah, he went a little crazy.
Is his name still up on the wall in the stadium?
Is it still up there? I
think
so. I think so, yeah.
We've discussed this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did a lot of things. He didn't unrun those yards.
Right.
It's not like they found out he was cheating or he didn't do that. He did all that.
Right.
And some other stuff.
And then a few things after his career.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. The Bills are on a good, you know, send them positive energy.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And, you know, so we're in the thick of sports in general right now. Baseball playoffs started last night, and man, it was crazy. 8th inning, it was the Brewers and the Nationals, and I was rooting for the Brewers because, as we've talked about, I went to Milwaukee.
Yeah,
I went to a Brewers game over the summer. And I got some buddies that live out there, and I actually got a text from them last night saying, "Let's go, Crew," And I was like, "Hell yeah, guys, let's go!" And they're up 3-1 in the 8th inning, and their closer comes in. They load the bases. The guy gets a hit to right field. The right fielder, who is filling in for their normal right fielder, who is the best player in baseball. He broke his kneecap a couple weeks ago on a foul ball. Fouled it off his knee and broke his kneecap.
Oh, Jesus.
And the guy's going to probably win the MVP this year, even though he missed the last couple weeks of the season. And he's an incredible outfielder as well. Well, the guy misplays the ball. It goes by him, and all 3 runs score, and they lose 4-3.
Oh, gee, in a split second.
In a split second. It was nuts. Like, I was like, no. I feel so bad for everyone in Milwaukee. I feel so bad for that guy out in right field. I feel so bad for, everyone in general that's a Brewers fan. So
I know. I think there's something wrong with me because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We were watching a Bills game. It was like an important game, and it was when you and Pete lived together.
Right.
And everybody's packed in there. Everybody's got their Bills shit on, and the Bills are like winning, and it was like an important. Everybody's like super amped and high fiving and like, yeah, woo. And like, dude, at the last second, it was like a Mel Brooks movie. Just something wrong when happened. And it just was like they just like lost by a point. One misplay, one interception, whatever.
Right.
Just lost by a point, and then the game was over, and it was like off to commercial, and then like King of the Hill was on. And it happened so quick.
Yep.
And everybody was so quiet and sad, and I just started laughing, and I couldn't help myself. And like everyone's like punching me in the arm, like, fuck you. I'm just like, I'm sorry. It was just, as a fan of comedy, to watch the rug get pulled out from under all of you at the same time was hysterical.
Right.
I mean, I guess you gotta laugh at those things.
Yeah.
A ball to the knee fucking hurts.
Yeah.
I remember taking a few hits in Little League. I remember getting hit in the ankle.
Oh.
Like right on the ball of the ankle.
Oh, God, yeah.
And like you're trying to man it up, you know what I mean? I'm
Of
like
course.
fucking 10. And I go to first base, I got hit, and everyone's like, yeah, all right, walk it off. And I'm sitting there, and like the adrenaline of like being at the plate is coming down.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I remember like the base coach is
This
like, you all
really
right?
hurts.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. It's just, it hit in a weird spot. It really hit in a weird spot.
Yeah.
I had allergies. Man, what's this? A lot of pollen out here.
I'm not crying.
Yeah, like a little kid, and then I just hobble off. Yeah, that shit hurts.
Yep. So
Yeah. I don't know why they call it softball. It's not soft. Still hurts. It's a bigger ball. Maybe a little softer. I don't know. Still a ball. It's not. Yeah.
it's still pretty hard.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's a soft rock.
Yeah.
It's still a rock.
So baseball playoffs are in. We're in the full throttle of the football season, and the Sabres open up their season on Saturday night. So
Oh, man.
we're into hockey now too. This is my favorite time of year
Yeah.
because all the sports collide, and as a big
And I'm
sports
sure
fan,
in
I
the
love
bar,
it.
in the bar, you guys are.
Well,
It becomes like an event, so you're not just like sitting around the bar making small talk. Like it's a thing everybody can watch,
right, and the bar is better when the Bills are better and when the Sabres are better. So let's go Sabres too, because it's everyone wants to come out and watch the games, especially the Sabres, because they play like 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week at least.
And hockey's fucking exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very fast paced. It's constant moving, constant hitting, constant
Fights.
shooting. Yeah, there's fights. It's fantastic. And their games are at 7 o'clock at night, not at 1 in the afternoon on a Sunday. So it's easier for people to come out and watch the game, and they're still home at 10 o'clock for bed. They can get up at 8 in the morning for work. So let's go Sabres.
Yeah, for real. One of them's got to win something, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
One day.
Hockey games are fun. They're a blast.
They are. So I'm excited for that season to start too, because hockey season's good for bar business as long as the Sabres are good. So
Do you see, like, when they're good, people are buying more drinks?
people come to the bar
celebrate,
more,
yeah, if they're good.
if they're good, because everyone wants to watch them, and everyone has fun,
They want it to be a communal experience.
And everyone, when they're good too, like everyone's like, all right, everybody throw in a buck and pick a player, and you write down everyone's name, and whoever gets the next goal gets the whole pot, which is like $20, but like whatever, it's $20, You got 4 or 5 free beers there,
Yeah.
So
Gambling.
yeah, that kind of stuff's fun too, It's just a fun thing to do. And, no real benefit to the bar in that way, but just the fact that everyone's
just
there.
made $20. He's sitting at a bar. He's not going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to take this to the bank." He's going to spend it at the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. I'm excited for all these things to collide, and hopefully it's all good stuff.
Yeah. There is Thursday, which is, if you're listening to this, that was yesterday. I played up at Tudor Lounge with Irregardless, and we played after the Sabres game, which is what was like. It's always funny when you book a show. Like, I don't fucking know when the Sabres are playing. You book a show, and then like you get mad. People are just like, "Well, what about the game?" It's like, we're gonna start after the game. Calm down.
What about the game?
We got that with the Kentucky Derby when we were playing that day. And like the scheduling around that 3.5 minute race was like the whole day. Like, everybody had to be in the right place at the right time, so we weren't playing during the fucking race. I didn't realize people took that shit so seriously.
Sorry, we got a bartenders meeting tonight, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "What time is this?" It's clearly stated on the thing.
Goddamn bartenders.
I know.
Yeah, scheduling. It's after the Sabres game. And if you're also listening to this, Sunday the 6th, Phriendly Phoes and our friends Wolf of Walzer, the former guest Patrick, will be up at Milky's. So you want to come up to that, and we're going to do a Phriendly Phoes set, and then a Wolf of Walter set, and then a set where we're going to play together.
Oh, that's
as
awesome.
A big super group, play a bunch of Fish songs and all that fun stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
I think we had a couple.
Everybody go check that out.
A couple friends from the that we met after the after party from the festival, Ray's Festival. They had a vending tent. I forgot their fucking business name. Sorry, look it up. Yeah, they're gonna come out to that. Yeah, so we're building a nice little thing with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just got the Halloween posters printed for the 25th. I know the last episode we said the 26th, but then we changed it after.
Yep. Yes, Friday the 25th.
Friday the 25th.
Come out and see it. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah, and we're going to go outside, weather permitting, right?
Hopefully. Yesterday with that big gust that we had, the tent blew down and broke some of the legs. But Pete is going down to the camp this weekend, so I'm having him fix them up.
Nice. He's going to weld them all back together.
Yeah, he's going to weld them all back together. So we'll have the tent back up and running and ready to roll for everybody.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty hectic for a minute there.
It got pretty hectic.
Giant branch. These goddamn bartenders.
Dude, I don't want to say anything.
It's always so funny when your phone lights up and you just go, ugh. Just a sigh, just an exhale of just, what now? Yeah, man, we got big ass trees by us, and when it's windy as fuck, like big branches land on the roof and they're super loud. Yeah. Sometimes something's really loud, and you're like, that was a plane that just crashed into my house. And then you look, and it's like a tiny little branch. But
I know.
It fell from super high.
I was sitting right here in my recliner watching a movie, and all of a sudden I heard the wind picking up and everything, and all of a sudden a couple branches smacked off my window right here, which is only what's that, 6-7 feet from my chair.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
I thought they were coming through.
Yeah, dude. That shit's scary because like you can do all you want. You build your house, your hut, and you got safety. You have warmth.
Yep.
You can load up with guns. You can do whatever you want. As soon as nature decides, like, nah, man, fuck you.
Yep.
You're just like, oh yeah, I can't do anything. If that tree wants to come down on top of me right now, I can't really do shit.
No, Mother Nature's still undefeated. Dude,
we had one at like the graveyard across the street. Middle of the night, I'm sound asleep, and like, dude, it was just this giant branch. I don't know what caused it. I don't even think it was raining. Just this giant branch just gave way and just cracked and fell off of this tree, and it was fucking nuts, dude. It was just this, and then boom, and like woke us up out of a dead sleep.
Oh, wow.
And we were just like, oh shit, this is it. Like the Japanese are still pissed about that Hiroshima thing. They're coming back.
They're coming back.
Like, this is it. And I remember we went out in the middle of the night, and like, dude, this branch was just covering the whole road. It was fucking nuts, man. It was loud.
Right.
It scared the shit out of us.
I bet.
Yeah, every time I hear that, because we're right by the border and the bridge, every time we hear like fireworks and they like start getting real loud, I'm just like, is this something? Should we be watching the news? Oh, there it is. It's just blowing up, man.
Yeah.
You're a very popular guy.
Well, this one's Pete. He's just calling about the
the meat grinding session.
Meat
Put
grinding.
Pete on speakerphone.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Red Ruckus.
Yep. Hey, bud, you're on speaker on the podcast.
Oh, nice. Happy podcast.
Happy podcast.
We got a big gig Sunday at Melky's.
We already announced it.
Nice, buddy. Listen, when you're done with the podcast, just whenever you want to order, just call and order whatever we want, Cap, and then let me know, and I'll pick it up at Vincenzo's when I get out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're talking about male
What you want for
prostitutes.
chicken wings and all that. Just get whatever you want, and I'll just grab it off.
Chicken wings is code for male prostitutes.
Chicken wings is code for male prostitutes.
That's what they're talking about. Don't be fooled. That's what they're talking about.
Don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled. There's male prostitutes.
We are having a meat party tonight.
Yes, you should do that on the podcast. There's definitely a meat party going on tonight. One member of Phriendly Phoes will be grinding meat all night.
So,
Yeah, dude. All right, when you get done or whatever, just let me know. Just text me with whatever you order, and then that way I know if it's under your name or my name, or it don't matter.
all right, sounds good, bud.
All right, bud. Later.
Later.
So yeah, what's the meat grinding party? Because every time we do, you and Pete, we always have some sort of. Last week it was the venison backstrap Philly cheesesteak stuffed. There's always some sort of crazy creative fucking meal.
Right. So tonight we're mostly just going to be grinding up a bunch of meat and making it into venison, ground venison, and I'm going to make a venison chili, and we'll do a couple other things. We'll probably do some venison burgers and stuff like that.
Now someone's knocking at the door. Jesus.
I thought so.
It just doesn't end. Oh, it's Eddy. Finally.
Hey, Ed.
What's up?
You came to do the show finally.
Oh, I wish I could.
What do you mean? You got plenty of time.
No, I
Sit
don't.
down. You can have the rocker.
No. I'm on my way out.
Thank
I'm
you.
leaving town.
Oh, you're leaving now?
No, I'm leaving early in the morning.
Oh, so you got plenty of time.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
This is
some
Eddie, the
stories
old owner
sometime.
of the Jug, stopping by to say hi.
And I'll sit down and tell some stories.
He's got more stories than anybody about the Jug, so we've been trying to get him on the show now for a couple months.
All right, maybe. When do I get back? I get back on Tuesday.
Okay.
Maybe next Wednesday.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
Hold them up to that.
I've never been someone to guarantee anything, so hold your brow.
No promises, but
All right.
it looks good.
I'll see you in a week.
All right. Have a good trip.
Later, buddy.
Yes.
All right. See ya.
That was years in the making.
Yeah, I know.
At least get him to say something.
Well, we got his voice
Yeah.
on here finally for the first time.
I'll go cut up everything he just said into stories.
Yeah.
We'll edit it into his Jug story.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, me and Eddy could tell you stories. I worked for him for, I don't know, 6, 8, 9 years. I don't know. I'm not even sure. But, man, some wild things.
Yeah.
Wild things.
The
So-
Jug, it was funny. I was talking to somebody, somebody who I had just met for the first time. She's not like in this scene or anything. And I was like, yeah, I'm playing a musician. I play down at the Jug a lot. And she's like, oh, I was just down there for the Bills game, and there was a guy with a rooster, and they were smoking a pig. It was crazy. I'm like, yeah.
It was crazy down there.
Yeah.
There was a guy with a rooster.
I'm like, yeah, dude, it's a fucking pirate bar. It's badass.
I know.
That's the way things should be. It's not the fucking Olive Garden.
No, it certainly is not the Olive Garden. So, yeah, we got ourselves a nice little fucking place down here. And, yeah, another thing, I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but I got all the new gear in, and it makes for great Christmas gifts. I think I did mention.
Yeah,
I think I did mention it last
hats,
show, but
shirts, different colors.
yeah, we got a bunch of different colors.
Merchandise.
and I just told her we're doing a show. What the hell?
He's not. Dude, we got a lot of
Hello?
guests today.
All right. Bye.
Previous guest, Nicole.
Yeah, that was Nicole. Apparently our liquor order's there, and they need a check from me.
Oh, Jesus, that's important.
That is important. We need our liquor. So, we might have to take a break now.
All right. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Cap's got to go buy the booze, all right? So
Yeah.
that's more important than telling a couple goddamn jokes.
It is. But I'll be right back to tell some jokes.
just went on a little supply run, I guess, of sorts.
Kind of. I mean, I had to go and pay the liquor bill because we got our liquor delivery in, and the Mug and Muskett, our neighbors, just closed, at least for the winter. And, they're going to take this time to weigh things out, but they had a bunch of stuff left over, and they didn't want it to go bad, so they asked me if I wanted to purchase some of it from them.
Yeah.
Throw them a few bucks.
Perishable goods.
And basically just take the whole lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. It was a good deal for both of us, I think. It doesn't just go completely to waste. They get a couple bucks back for their, for all the stuff that they had left over, and now we have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. What did you get?
A few cases of beer, fryer oils, a whole bunch of different spices and stuff like that. Some of which will come in handy tonight, actually, as I make the venison chili.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a few things there.
Just in time for meat night.
Right. And all kinds of different things like portion cups, to-go containers.
Kitchen supplies, all that stuff.
All kinds of kitchen supplies, a few cocktails, and all kinds of fun stuff. So
They that particular location has changed hands quite a few times.
It has.
In the years. I mean, I remember the Irish Rose days. That was debaucherous.
it was.
That was the beginning of Thurman and Lala's Acoustic Explosion, which then kind of morphed into the G-Spot Punchers.
Right.
Yeah, those are the days. Even still, when I walk into that bar, I'm just like, oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Strange times.
It's such a big place, and
Yeah, you forget there's that whole other dining room attached to the side of it.
yeah, it's huge. And then they've got a banquet room down in the basement, and I actually just went upstairs just now for the first time. They've got a supply room up there and an office, and then another room that was basically nothing.
It's a compound.
Yeah, I mean, you could turn it into quite an apartment. It looks like if somebody wanted to, which is what I would suggest for anyone.
Have someone paying the rent upstairs to help you.
Exactly. Or just live there yourself. If you're the person who takes it over, just transform that into an apartment up there, and it would save you the money on your own rent or mortgage or whatever it might be. But it's pretty large up there. I didn't realize how big it was up there. There's definitely 3 or 4 rooms up there. There's a bathroom up there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. The for sale sign's out right now. I wish them the best of luck, and I hope that it works out for them. Being our neighbors for the last couple of years and feeding off of each other. So now we don't have that.
Throughout all of it, that place has been 5 different owners. Throughout everything, the Jug still stands.
The Jug still stands.
Throughout wars, the town has been burnt down.
Yep.
The Union almost separated at one point.
Yeah.
And the Jug still stands.
Yep, we're still here. We're still rolling strong.
You can't take that place down.
You cannot take us down.
So, I mean, in light of that event, of that place kind of shutting down for a little bit, they used to do Wednesday open mics.
They did, which we are now taking over tonight, actually, as our first one.
So it'll be every Wednesday, there'll be an open mic at the Jug.
Yeah, so if you find yourself as someone who wants to get out there and just play a little guitar or a little drums or a little bass or whatever instrument you so choose, or maybe you're just a vocalist, come on down on Wednesday nights.
Or you just want to see it, because there's, it's my uncle Dave Thurman who runs the thing with Ray O'Keefe and Bob Johnson and that whole crew. I don't know who the fuck is in charge.
Yeah,
that whole crew runs the whole thing.
It's tough to say who's in charge,
but it's all the best players around. You know, you never know. It's one of those things where it just might be one of those nights where some of their old buddies happen to be in town, and you'll see some of the best players around just throw down on a jam session.
Yeah, it's really fun, and
I
think it's going to be really good for us.
Yeah.
I feel bad that that they're not going to be able to do it over at the Mug anymore, but there's no reason to let it die. Just
no.
So
they've built up quite a little scene through that.
He really did. And I was there earlier today when he came in and he brought all his equipment and was setting up the back and getting it all ready to roll. So it should be a good time. Good time tonight. Good time every Wednesday night from now on. And we're gonna try and we're doing it in the back room, which is where we hold our banquets and stuff like that. And we're trying to set something up where we're gonna hook the speakers in to the front of the bar.
Yeah.
And then that way the music will be played throughout the entire building.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know,
because that's the thing. Is that nice? That big room is good. There's a lot of space. It's
there's
a great
ton of
room.
space. It's a great room.
Old wood. That cool old flag.
Yeah, we've got it's a freaking 20-foot flag back there.
Yeah, it's badass,
huge.
dude.
It's
and what's
super cool.
That's like classic Americana rock and roll to have the band playing in front of a big old tattered American flag.
It really is.
Badass.
It's cool as fuck.
But it's detached from the bar. And all you goddamn drunks can't stand being away from the bar.
Yeah, which I understand.
Yeah, hey, we get it. So,
so this is kind of like a test that we're doing right now for when we have the actual bands such as yourself come in, and then we might be able to, if it works out and works the way that we want, then we'll be able to pipe the whole thing through the whole building when you guys play, and then it won't be a problem playing back there.
Yeah, it'll be like, especially like even in summertime when we play in the back room because we can't play outside too late.
Right.
So we play in the back room, and eventually everybody just goes outside because it's hot.
Yeah.
And they just want to get a breather. So we're playing, and we're like, there's nobody in here, man. This sucks. We suck. This sucks. And then you end a song, and then from outside you just hear, woo! And you hear everybody, there's like 100 people out there.
Yeah. They're listening. They're just not right in front of us.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing. It'll be like radio broadcast from the back room.
Yeah, which I think is going to be super fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's like when you play the Hard Rock, like in the falls, like they have cameras on you, and then there's screens on the outside of the building. So like people walking down the street, like you're on TV playing, and then they come in to watch you. You know what I mean? That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so Wednesday nights, open mics at the Jug. I'll be down. Me and Pete will be down at a few slapping around.
Absolutely.
For some reason, I always thought it was Monday, but it's Wednesday, so I've just been like up here doing podcasts with you and just unaware that it's happening.
Yeah. Well, we generally finish the podcast up before they even start because they don't start till like 6 or 7.
Yeah. And sometimes you get there and the list is so long, like you want. They're like, you can't even get on till like 11.
Right.
And I'm like, it's Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
I just told dick jokes for an hour. I'm tired. In other Youngstown music news, this goddamn 80s keyboard that has been in Cap's apartment for how many months?
Oh.
We've talked about it before.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months now.
Yamaha Electone HX1.
I think I brought it up here in May or June.
Wow, 1987. I remember I was in the offices in Florida and down there for some shit, and I got a text, and it was a picture from you of this like big old 80s church organ.
Yeah.
With like 1 million buttons on it.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find a power cord for it.
And it just said, "Do you want this?"
Yeah. Like, yeah, sure. But they didn't have a power cord for it.
Right.
So I'm looking at the back, and like there's all these, like it didn't look like, here's your normal average power, like a power cord for like an amp or like an old, like an MPC or a board. Like they're all kind of standard.
Right.
This was not standard. This was weird. And
Yeah,
I took a picture of it, and anybody who came over and looked at it was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Except like one buddy who was like had some like a cousin or something was like into
his brother.
His brother, was into that shit. He's like, yeah, I've seen that before. Like, I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, he sent the picture to his brother, and his brother was like, "I've seen that before."
Yeah,
but we still didn't quite figure it out.
No, I was looking on eBay for cords, and like there was one that was a pain in the ass to even, I don't even know, dude.
Right.
So I took a picture of the plug on the back, and I went into Lewiston Music. Shout outs Lewiston Music.
Yep.
My buddy Tony was in there.
Way to go, Tony.
And I was like, hey, man, do you have any, like, old weird chords hanging around that you don't know what they're for? I was like, because Cap has this keyboard, and I think it might have used to been Ray's, because Ray lived across the street,
right?
Or he still does, and it was out at the road, and you picked it up, so I'm like, it had to be. And Tony's like, dude, wait right there.
Yeah. And
went in the back and grabbed the very chord from this keyboard, because this keyboard, I guess, used to be Tony's, and then through a series of remodelings and movings, it just got kicked out to the curb, and he got it.
Yep.
So he had the cord, so I brought it over today and plugged it in. couldn't get a goddamn sound to come out of the thing.
All the lights came on.
All the lights came on, and I could
Which
get,
was an exciting,
yes,
slightly exciting transformation to begin with.
I mean, since May, we've been up here recording podcasts, and I've been I'm a musician looking at this thing, not being able to play it. It's been driving me nuts.
Staring at it week after week after week.
So we got it on. I got some drums to go, and then all the time, I'm always like, I'm going to watch like a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah.
And I just watched 30 seconds of one, and I'm like, this guy has a weird voice. I don't like it. And I turn it off, and then I never learn anything. That's every time I try to learn something on YouTube. It's some guy who's just like, hello, welcome to the show today. I'm like, ugh, no. I'm like, get this guy out of here. But then I tinkered with it and got some sounds to come out. Some synth sounds, some orchestral sounds. So, we got that keyboard going, finally.
Yeah, we finally got it working.
So if you have written an 80s action movie and you need someone to do the score, I'm your guy.
Right. We got, I mean, this thing, it looks like it can do just about anything.
It's a beast.
It
looks
is.
like a transformer. It
It does look like a transformer.
It looks like it was.
I wish it turned into like some type of a car so that we could frickin' take it back and forth to the Jug without it being so much of a hassle.
It really does look like if I hit the wrong button, it'll just
I know.
like, turn into a fucking car. Old fucking Peter, Mark Wahlberg shows up.
Yeah.
We got a transformer. It's badass, dude. But you're going to move this down to the Jug, so that'll be back there for open mic.
Yeah.
For anybody who wants to add an epic orchestral string section to anybody's songs.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
So we're going to have to get a cover for it, though.
Yeah.
Because I can just see somebody spilling a drink all over it.
And it's all electronic.
Mic. Yeah, a non-open mic night.
And like
Some
it's gonna,
drunks back there playing pool
Yeah.
going, whoa, what's that, dude?
I know. Listen, anybody, non-musicians and musicians themselves, musical equipment, they're not tables. It's not a fucking coffee table.
It is not.
The amount of times I see like a beautiful vintage Fender amp with like some dude putting a fucking what the fuck? What's the word? Condensation.
Yeah, condensation.
Is condensating a word? I'm like saying it in my head.
Condensating is a word.
That sounds like something that is said in court.
Yeah.
Your Honor, she was not condensating. It wasn't the right word, but you get what I mean. Wet drinks on top of amps.
It's not good.
No, stop it. It's all electronics. Liquids, electronic. I don't know why people just.
They don't mix.
I don't know, man. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. In my basement, in my like studio setup downstairs, I have like little tables next to every station, so
Right.
people avoid doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And there are 40 fucking tables back there.
yeah,
so
for real.
use the goddamn tables.
Yeah, because we don't have look how long it took us to get this thing to turn on.
Yeah.
We got to repair it. You spill your drink on it, we have to go off into the mountains of Japan and find the guy who invented this.
Right.
And like bring him back to society and get him to fix this thing.
Literally. Literally, we're gonna have to go to Japan.
Yeah, and find the guy who did this.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
I haven't heard that. Electone HX1.
Yep.
I haven't heard that name in many years.
I can fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. That's exciting.
It is exciting. I'm really excited, actually. I think it's going to be, once we get the whole thing fucking up and running. I mean, the amount of the keyboard itself and then all the pedals on the bottom, like the
pedals
organ,
are intense. I don't know why they have to be 3 feet
crazy.
long.
I'm not really clear on that either.
It's made like a
but-
church organ. It's like an electric old pipe organ.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
It'd be cool if we could hook up some, like, organ, like...
Yeah. Get like those big skinny tower speakers.
Yeah.
And just get like a bunch of them that are different sizes and stack them all up so it looks like pipe organs.
Right. That'd be
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Yeah. And it'll be like, we'll be hanging out at the bar and everyone's like, where'd Thurman go? And in the back, you just hear, bum, 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 bum.
Yep.
Yeah.
During the Sabres game,
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
it just goes through the whole building and all the
Now
speakers.
that we have it hooked up to the speakers,
Yeah.
I'll be the guy.
He's going to be the official Sabres organist.
Yeah, for the Jug.
That'd be fucking cool as shit.
Yeah. I got to learn Knight Rider.
Like, yeah, you got to learn Knight Rider.
Came in, you're watching Knight Rider.
I know.
And Knight Rider, it's like it's like The Godfather, in that they say Michael every 30 seconds.
They do.
Every 30, the whole time I'm setting up the gear to do this podcast, I just hear him like, Michael, you can't do that, Michael.
Yep.
Michael. It's
Yep.
like, seriously, Michael. Okay, don't ask me my business. Michael, who are those men, Michael? Why do you live in a giant compound and no one ever goes to work, Michael? Olive oil bought you all this?
Olive oil.
Yeah. So, yeah, they say Michael a lot. So I'm going to learn Knight Rider on this thing.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear when the Saber Squirrel go.
Yeah. And you got to learn, like, the goofy, like, you know, what the fuck they learn, like, Lowrider or, like, goofy, just random songs, like, bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
on a pipe organ while they're, like, doing the Karuba collision, fucking, you know, doing the ad reads.
Right.
This
so
bloody,
we're going to have some fun with this thing.
Yeah, this bloody bare-knuckle fight was brought to you by Heinrich Chevrolet.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Knight Rider will be fun. So anybody listening to this, come out to a show. When you hear us dip into a Knight Rider jam, you'll know where it came from.
Exactly.
And shout out to Hasselhoff, dude. Always be closing. That's his deal on that show. They're having they're in some crazy trouble, and he's still talking to the girl, and he's like, so what's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up?
How about we talk about this over breakfast?
Yeah, that's what he said. We're like, oof, that's fucking smooth. Yeah.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, Hasselhoff, always be closing. It's never
good shit.
Yeah, like even if like the Russians are gonna bomb America or whatever the fuck he's fighting in that show, and the number one thing on his list is Poon.
Yep.
Yeah. He loves it.
He does. Well, who doesn't?
Yeah. So exciting things happening in the musical world.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah. Every Wednesday, come on down. It's gonna be cool. My buddy last night was telling me that he's trying to learn more songs because he listens to some relatively obscure music, and he said he played a couple songs, and Dave Thurman was like, stay up there, and he's like, those are the only two regular songs I know.
Yeah.
So he's like, by the end of it, like people didn't know if they should clap or cry or be happy or sad.
Good.
And he's like, he said he's gonna play "Ask" by the Smiths, which
Yeah.
I don't know anybody out there who's listening if you know the Smiths, but I'm a big fan of the Smiths, and I was like, you better fucking play that when I'm there, dude.
Yeah, man,
So-
that's good. Like, because, you know, a lot of open mics, I mean, look, there should be a big sign that just says no wagon wheel. We got it. We got it. That song was fucking huge for a summer, and every open mic you went to was just, hit her down south through the land of the pine. All right. It's a good song. It's a great song.
Right.
But Jesus Christ, I mean, you know, yeah, you could have the greatest steak in the world every day for the rest of your life, and eventually you'd be like, all right, enough.
I need some shrimp.
I like learning weird shit. It is weird when like someone's, oh, just go play, and you're like I've been spending months working on loops or like writing songs with Irregardless and like doing all this weird shit, and I'm like, I don't know any songs anymore. Like I don't remember any lyrics. I don't remember any lyrics
Right.
at all. Like, I don't know, you just kind of start kind of fiddling, and hopefully something shows up to my brain again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even my own songs. I had to, like, I'm starting to, like, loop some of the stuff from the Monty Kingu albums up, Thermopolis.com.
Nice.
And I'm starting to learn how to, like, do that, like, loop so I could do it, like, just solo. And I'm, like, literally having to go to YouTube and pull up my own songs and be like, what the fuck did I do here? I'm like, G? Why did I go to G? That makes no sense. This guy's an idiot.
This guy's an idiot.
Yeah, so it's weird. Yeah. But that's good. Challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that we're gonna have. It looks like we're gonna have a pretty good turnout tonight. I mean, this one guy, when I just went over there to pay for the liquor, this guy was there, and he's like, "I'm staying across the street tonight." He's like, "I saw Ray posted that you guys were doing it here," and he's like, "Oh, I'm fucking going." He's like, "So I got myself a room across the street, so I don't have to drive an hour home."
Badass,
like,
dude. You got people coming out
I was
for
like,
this.
perfect, man. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, you got people staying.
So, Yeah, so we're filling up the rooms just by doing open mic. We're filling up the rooms around town.
We should start camping.
Yeah,
On-site camping, like a dead show. Open up Shakedown
well,
Street.
we got the lot right next door here to my place.
Yeah, there we go.
So so come set up your tent. I mean, it's a little shitty outside. It's pretty wet out there, so make sure you bring a couple tarps. But
Yeah, I think those days are. I was talking to these people who were running some upstate festival, and they had a great lineup. All these great bands, Two Bop Crew, and like DJ Logic was going to be there. All these badass bands, and they're talking about camping and shit. And like, it might get a little wet, and like the more they're talking about it, the more I'm just like, yeah, that's just not my world anymore. Is there a hotel anywhere? Like, I'm a platinum member, motherfucker. Like, is there a hotel I can get anywhere? Like, the hippies, are we going to have to, like, stay in a hotel and then on our way to the festival, like, cover ourselves in mud to pretend, to, like, so we don't stick out to the hippies? They're like, hey, have you showered today? You're not one of us. Get the fuck out of here. Like, all right.
why do you smell so good?
We got, like, dreadlock wigs. So I just want to see the bands, but I also don't want to smell. No, I don't want any hash. Thank you. Hippies. So hippies, come on out.
Yeah, for sure.
Open mic.
All are welcome.
Yeah. And then 25th, Friday the 25th, Phriendly Phoes Halloween party.
Yep.
31st, the day of Halloween, we're going to have Papa Foxtrot, which is me, Ryan Henderson, and Andy LaBarber. We were doing some jams last night, real funky, exploratory, 3-piece setup.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually Halloween night, so
Yeah.
be prepared for a good time. We're gonna have a couple straight weeks of like some kick-ass music.
Straight years.
Yeah.
And maybe, it's Halloween. It's the Jug. The Jug's haunted as fuck.
Exactly. Where else would you rather be on Halloween than the
You're
Jug?
going to go to Bennigan's? You're gonna like go to like the oldest bar you could go to, and this is the Jug.
177 years.
Yeah, 177 years of people dying and weird things happening.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
People
cool.
stuck in the building from old wars.
Yeah. Freemasons.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Fuck yeah, they're hidden in the basement.
Yeah.
They're hiding behind the, there's an old door in the basement. I don't know if I ever told you about this. So there used to be a different front porch. It was like an old wooden front porch. And there's a door that goes to the outside from the basement, but they covered it with this giant electric box. And I swear to God that there's something behind that door, but you can't get behind it because the electrical for the entire building is attached to it now.
That's spooky. That's
fucking
spooky.
Dude, you can see the door though. You can see you can see the bottom of it and you can see the top of it. You can't see any of the middle of it because it's all covered in in boxes and like electrical boxes and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's behind there?
They
What
built
did they
that-
need to cover up?
They fucking moved the bodies. No, they moved the headstones, but they didn't move the bodies, man.
Yeah. So it's pretty fucking
That's pretty interesting.
cool and creepy.
So we need an electrician to come and dismantle all that shit so we can get back there and see what's in there.
Well, either that or start digging a hole from the outside.
Yeah. That's probably the cord for this keyboard. That's probably what's in there.
Yeah, right?
Like, son of a bitch.
Here it is.
It's the user's manual. Like, finally. The law see it's like Indiana Jones. Like, we finally found it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's spooky. So come celebrate your Halloween. I've been watching some Halloween shows. That's fun. Like you start fucking queuing up all the Netflix, all the scary shit. Most of them stink. Dude, scary movies are always scary as shit in the beginning. And then they get lame because they explain what's happening.
Yeah.
And they show the monster, and it's usually like some CGI terrible monster.
Right.
We did that like at Christmas too. Like started watching a ton of Christmas movies I haven't watched in years. Muppet Christmas Carol's the shit. What else? The Tim Allen one's all right, I guess. I don't know. Whatever was on TV.
Right.
But there was a line, and we'll leave with this. In like there was a Scrooge where it was like I think it was Jim Carrey, and it was like animated, and it was really fucking creepy, man. And one of the lines was like, "Hey Scrooge, why are you being such a dickhead?" I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's like, "Can't you just like appreciate your man as a fellow traveler to the grave?" And I was like, "A fellow traveler to the dude." That stuck with me.
Yeah.
A fellow traveler to the grave. That's what we all are.
Yeah.
And this is a fucking kids movie. I was like, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas, I guess. But that's true. We're all fellow we're all going to the same place.
We sure are.
So on your way there, come to the Jug and have some music and have some food and have some drinks. Watch the Sabres, watch the Bills. Hopefully before we get to the grave, they're going to win one of these goddamn trophies.
Seriously. And baseball fans, we got playoff baseball too. So
yeah,
we'll have everything on. We got a half a dozen big TVs, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, man.
So Scrooged, Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
He's brilliant in that.
Yep.
So, yeah, you know what? Fuck Halloween. I'm just going to watch Christmas movies all month.
We just skipped Halloween.
Scrooge is way scarier than a Halloween movie. He gets visited by ghosts. One of the ghosts is a baby. That's terrifying. They take him all over. They, like, make him relive his shitty life of being an asshole to everybody.
Right.
Tiny Tim dies. Jesus Christ.
I know, yeah.
That's a bummer of a movie.
It is.
Yeah. All right.
It's great, though.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Keep listening. Tell your friends.
Shout out to Hot Dog.
Hot Dog.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.